Howdy everybody in YouTube land. What we have in front of me right now is an Apple Multiple Scan 15 monitor. I don't know much about this monitor at the moment. I know about as much about this particular monitor as you do at the making of the video. So I picked this up at the VCF convention in New Jersey for, VCF East 2022. I think it was only 20 bucks, 25 bucks. The last time I had a monitor like this was, I'm going to say 22 years ago or so when I was still in middle school. And I haven't had one since. And I've been keeping an eye out for one, and they're getting harder to find. But anyways, we don't know if this works or not. The last I understood is it did not, but I don't know 100%. Also, we have some issues down here. So, the plastic is obviously not very good on this. That is completely snapped off. All the buttons are snapped off. But at least we have the door. But it's not going to stay closed because it's all busted off. Anyways, I don't know if it works. I don't want to plug it in and try it until I rectify this situation, because if the buttons are stuck, it's not going to work. So I think we should take this apart and get all of the rattly bits out of there and make sure that that situation is rectified. And then we'll do a quick inspection and plug it in and see if it actually works. I got the back cover off, and the plastic is extremely brittle. This is as bad as the O2 plastics and stuff, and then a lot of the other Performa plastics at the time. So it looks like it was exposed to the weather, left out in the weather. It's hard to say. But the minute I stuck a tool in there to pop these clips, because there's a hole that's in the back of the shell here that you stick a tool in and you pop it. Well, as soon as I did that, the plastic literally just went snap. And I've taken these monitors apart before and worked on them before, and they were never that brittle. So this plastic is turned into peanut brittle. So really, I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take this thing all the way apart so I can get to the front bezel and fish out all the plastic pieces, especially in the front where the buttons are screwed up, and try to glue it all back into place. We'll do the best I can, but unfortunately in this juncture we're polishing a turd. But let's get it apart so I make sure there's no bits floating in there, and then we can do a attempt to power up and see if the monitor even works, because if there's a fatal flaw in the monitor, this thing might just get parted out. But, well, let's not jump to conclusions. Let's just do one step at a time here. So it's a Toshiba tube. So let's go ahead and pull all the cables and stuff out of the way, and let's get the circuitry out. Then we'll pull the CRT. I got the board out, and this thing is incredibly brittle, like incredibly brittle, because I can hear it. Yeah, this is bad. Not even that Texas Instruments laptop I took apart was this bad. So, and then judging by how yellowed it is on the inside and outside, and the white balance is compensating for it, I'm wondering if this thing just sat outside and baked and baked and baked and made the plastic real brittle. Anyway, so I pulled the buttons out, and the standoffs were literally cracking as I was pulling the buttons out. So I'm trying to glue the stuff back in. These pieces fell out. Some of those pieces fell out. Those broke off on me when I went to try to release it. But I don't care about any of that. Right now, all I care about is getting these buttons glued back into place. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to grab some of this MEK solvent, and we're going to glue those. And what I ended up doing was the ones that are still standing, I actually hit it with a little bit. You can kind of see it. I hit it with a little bit of that cement to try to soften it so it'll stiffen and not break off. So we'll see how that holds long term. But now I got to glue the rest of them on. And I'm trying to do this without taking the CRT out, because I really don't want to take the CRT out because of how the standoffs are cracking. The other problem is the front door won't stay on, because again, there's plastic pieces missing here and here. I think these two bits are kind of part of it, but Yeah, I'll have to play with that and see what it takes to make that work. But for now, let's get the buttons glued back in. Alright, I have all the buttons glued back together, and I just have it sitting and curing right now. That's as close as I'm going to get it. So hopefully, yeah, without me pushing that off the edge here, that's going to cure. So we'll be back as soon as it cures. Okay, so now that it's been 24 hours, I have all of these glued back into place. So they're now stout. They're not going anywhere. They might break off later, but who knows. So I put some glue on the two standoffs that the screws go into. So I'm hoping that, let's see, not sure which way this goes. I'm pretty sure it just goes in there like that. Alright, so time to put the screws in and snap off the standoffs. If that happens, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue that sucker back in there. But yeah, time to start getting this thing back together so we can actually test it and see if there's any electrical faults. I think there is, from what I understand, but I don't know. I did some quick dry checks and I didn't see anything shorted in the horizontal output stage or anything like that, so I think I'm safe there for power up, but we'll see. But let me get this back together first. Alright, so that was fun to get back together. I should have it all the way on now, I think. Yeah, looks like it. Only thing I have to do now is to put the anode lead back on, which is simply just you stick one thing in there and you squeeze it until you pop the other one in, and then boom, it's in there. Alright, so now I gotta go grab a machine and a power cord and all that fun stuff and plug this thing in. Fun. Now I gotta figure out which machine back here that I want to grab. Since that one's right there, I might just go ahead and grab that one because it's the easiest to get to. So yeah, let's go with that. Pulled out the old LC. I don't know if the LC is going to work with the multiple scan 15, but it's the only one I have right now that I can get to at the moment. So let's get you plugged in here. It's not going to fit, so I can pull this off the edge a little. Man, this thing has seen better days. Alright, so take that, plug you in there. Okay, I got the power into the monitor already. I haven't turned the monitor on yet, but okay, what happens? No explosions. Let's keep the camera rolling in case there are. Oh, I heard high voltage come up. Let's see, what do we have going on here? Is there anything on screen? No. Whoa. There is. A little bit of burn in. Not terrible. Oh, wow. Some kind of noise emanating down it though. Wow, that works really well. Let's turn the brightness down because it's literally chilling my camera. So, okay, the monitor works. Whoa, that's not good. I heard that. I wonder if the flyback's going bad. Oh boy. Huh, that's not good. Alright, let's try it again. Okay, that fixed the sync issue. So it does not like the monitor being turned off and on back on. Now, whoa. That is strange. That one's going to be fun to figure out because I'm not even sure where to begin. Oh, yeah. Let's see. See if we can watch it act up here because it's getting worse. Shaky cam moment. It's literally a waiting game. Because the way that it is acting, it's acting as a flyback transformer failure. Now, I tell you what I can do. Grab my pokey stick. Ah. No. Yeah, see, that is weird. What I'm doing now is I'm checking for bad solder joints. Every time I do that, you see a flicker in a picture and you hear a chirp emanating from the horizontal output section. Is the yoke connection bad? Ah! Okay. As soon as I tapped on the yoke connection. So we're going to have to start digging for some bad solder joints. See what we got going on in there because... yeah. It's not doing it again. Did it that time. Literally just literally tapping on the board. I'm wondering if this thing has shipping damage because of how bad, because I didn't ship this. How damaged the buttons and stuff were in there, plus the way it's acting when I press on the board. Let's see. Yeah, that's strange. It's definitely acting like there's an issue with the connections in the board. Or if the PCB is cracked. Well, how about I wiggle the PCB? Nope. No, that is so strange. Something must be breaking down under load then. A semiconductor. Ah, see, it just did it again. Question is, which one? Which one? Because it's not arcing or sparking, so it's not a high voltage problem. Still could be the flyback. Could still have a bad flyback. I'm not sure if I can get the transformer for this thing. Maybe. This one's going to be a fun one to figure out. And it could take me hours and hours and hours to get to the bottom of it too. And that's the problem when troubleshooting CRTs, especially multi-sync monitors like this, because they can get super complicated. I do want to see, though, if the controls work. I just taped this on because the door is literally broken. Yeah, see. But all my buttons are in place now. So let's carefully. I don't think that's supposed to do that. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to do that. So okay, that works. Let's move in the picture. So what I need to do is I need to shrink the size of the picture. No, picture won't. The width won't decrease. So will the height decrease? Yeah, height decreases. It's minimum though. Whoa. Just did it again. There's something definitely going on there. The horizontal width is too wide and it keeps flickering. So I grabbed my Quadra 700 and that's what it was. It was just not compatible with the sync signal coming out of the LC. Everything looks fine now, but there's still something wrong with this board because it'll chirp and the screen goes dark for a second and comes back. So there's only one or two causes. I'm going to shut this down. There's only one of two causes for that, and it's not connection related because I've been working at this board. So I think it's either going to be a bad flyback and it's arcing out internally, but I'm not hearing an arc. I'm just hearing a chirp. Or more likely, the sync processor is bad and I'm getting glitches in the horizontal drive signal every time that happens. So what I need to do when I get my scope and stuff back, I need to hook up the horizontal drive out into my scope. I need to watch the drive signal going into the CRT and see what it does. Because if that signal glitches out, then I know I've got a bad sync processor, and that's what's going on here. We're going to need to figure out what's going on in there, but I think that's when I get my meter back in here where I left it at a friend of mine's house and all that stuff. I can't do much right now without the oscilloscope and the meter. So I think at this point I'm going to end the video right here, and we'll pick this up again when we go in to do some troubleshooting. It's possible it's this LC. It's running the monitor in a not so supported resolution. I will try another computer and I'll come back in the second video if that's what it was, but I think for now I'm going to end it right here. So thank you for watching, and if you have a comment, please feel free to leave one, and until next time, guys.